There are so many YouTubers out there talking about the ways that you can make money fast and how to succeed well in business, but the one thing they never talk about is the struggles that business owners actually go through, so I kind of wanted to talk about that in this video. Hello everyone, my name is Jerry and I run a remote web agency, and this channel is all about me discussing my experiences, the startup life, tech, and entrepreneurialism, so if you like the sound of that, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. So everyone is following this idea of making money fast, making money quick, and the dare I say it bad phrase, get rich quick. And there are so many creators out there who push all these crazy ways that you can make money fast, and we all know most of them are just trying to sell you courses and they're not even real. And don't get that confused with courses that are actually important, such as full stack web courses where you're learning how to code and things like that. Those are really valuable courses that people offer, but I'm talking about videos where you could learn how to drop ship or something like that, and they promise these millions and things like that. Everyone knows that's not real. So a lot of what we see on social media, whether it's just from these gurus or Instagram, which Instagram is terrible as it is, but no matter where we see it, we're seeing this life that really is fake, and it does exist for some people, but it's pretty rare and few and far between. And following these ideas are really great. Everyone wants to learn how to run businesses, how to make money, and everyone's pursuing good personal finance and good strategy. However, a lot of these creators do not focus on the real downsides. So today I just want to talk about, in my experience of the 3 years that I've ran Synergy, some downsides that have happened in my life, some struggles that I face, and some real scares that you're probably not going to hear anywhere else. So one of the first things is something that I talked about in a previous video explaining a story about how one of my clients stole from us. And basically that actual fear is that something is going to catastrophically go wrong in my business and I may have no idea. Now, that's not what happened when a client stole something from me, but it really is at the bare minimum of what my fear lies in. And as you know, as a business owner, you're going to have to assume risk no matter what. People say, you're just going to make money, you're fine, make passive income, blah, blah, blah. No, that is not true. It's not even close to the truth when it's an actual business. You know, coming up with this decision to run a business is a big choice, and it's something you really might want to give thought, because you do have that fear that things are going to go catastrophically wrong, that there could potentially, God forbid, be a lawsuit or something like that. And those are real things that can happen in your business, especially as a web agent. You know, we could have a lot of things like that happen. One of the biggest fears I have right now while I'm hiring freelancers is quality control, and if there is confidential information that a client has, what if, God forbid, that gets out from someone in my team and then we have to, go to court or something like that? Now, this isn't going to happen for every business, but it is very real for certain industries. I always bring everything back to real estate because that's where I started my career. And if you look at a real estate broker, someone who owns a real estate company, they have a lot of risk because there's a lot of rules and regulations that come along with being a real estate agent. And when you're the broker of a real estate company, you have to make sure everyone is following all the right things so you don't get in trouble. And the same really applies everywhere, but I like to bring it back to real estate only because I think it's relatable. There's a lot of regulations and everyone needs a home. So yeah, one of my biggest fears is that fear that some big catastrophic consequences could happen if X, Y, and Z fall in place. But as a business owner, your pretty much sole responsibility is to ensure that those things do not happen. So you set up procedures to ensure that your business is safe. And we started talking about that in one of my more recent videos where I discuss the importance of onboarding properly when you're hiring. So if you want to check that out, I'm going to put the video here or here somewhere, I don't know, but it's going to be by my face somewhere, I guess. And on to fear number 2. This is something that might sound a little hypocritical because some of you watching may just run your business and that's all you do, but I am actually terrified of that. At this very moment, I work a full-time job and run Synergy in my spare time. And I know, I'm really well aware that it's only going to cap at a certain limit for what I can do. And I'm already almost there. So it's really scaring me. What happens when I surpass that and really feel like I need to be in this business full-time? And that's something meant to scare you. If you want to take risks in life, you have to be a little bit afraid of those things. But where it really hits home for me is, and I'm sure anyone else is, how am I going to make stable income? What if, God forbid, things go south? all of those things that really do weigh on my mind constantly. And a lot of people who are entrepreneurs or they do own businesses, etc., they're kind of the same thing, but I'm sure you've all had those doubts. They are normal. And again, just like I'm saying, this is fear number 2 of mine. So it's something we all face. I know it's not just me, but yeah, it's really just about mitigating that and knowing that if you continue down this path and grow towards it and focus, hyper-focus, that you're going to get to where you want to go. So it's kind of like an angel and devil on my shoulder, and the angel's saying, yeah, it's fine. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to work really hard, which I know in my head is probably the case. But then the devil on my shoulder is like, nope, you need stable income right now, so you don't want to go full-time yet. And I know I'm not the only one in this, like I was just saying. I know there's a lot of you out there who also work full-time and have started a business on the side. And yeah, this is something very crucial. And when you're at that point where you have to make a decision, it's definitely scary. But that's something I really face every day. I'm not kidding. When I think about hiring, when I think about my web projects that I'm working at the moment, I think about all these things and I'm like, well, I want to go full-time, but I can't really afford to go full-time right now. So what should I do? And then it's like a weighing thing, because if I run the business full-time, then I'm going to make money that way, but I might take a pay cut in the meantime, but that's fine because I'm doing what I love, but you need a stable income. But I want to do this. You know what I mean? It's a vicious cycle that goes back and forth, and there's no right answer. It really comes down to what you decide. But that is something that is a real challenge that people face every day, me being one of them. Now, fear number 3, and that is pretty much similar to fear number 1, but I'm going to categorize it differently because it is a different topic, and that is quality control in your business. As I'm hiring, I genuinely fear that my brand is going to fall downward because I'm bringing on people who don't think or act the same way I do. And when I say that, I don't mean to sound conceited or anything like that, but my brand is my brand, and I want people representing my brand to represent it the way that the brand should be represented. And I think this hiring experience for me has been a really good lesson in you need to find people that align with you, but they need to also be trusting to do their own thing and still represent the brand fully. And that's just scary to me. And this is just a side note, but this is something I'd like to talk about in another video. But when you do run a business, so I guess I would call this number 4 and probably the final one, but when you're running a business, your brain just doesn't shut off. And I was recently watching another YouTuber. I don't know off the top of my head, so I'm going to put the link for the video in the description. That's actually the idea for this video was influenced by that video. But the individual talks about that his brain never shuts off as a business owner, and I can attest to that. It is so true. You know the amount of nights that I have woken up or been near asleep, but I had this random idea in my head that just could not stop circulating in my brain. So I had to pull out my laptop, or I had to pull out my phone, take a note, or send that email that I've been relying on to send. All those things are very real, and they happen consistently, no matter what I'm focusing on. And sometimes it's bad because I'll be focused on a completely different task outside of this business, and all I can focus on, to the point where it messes me up in whatever else I'm doing, all I could think about is the business. And as you grow, it's only going to get worse. It's never going to get better. So that's not as much a fear. It's a real struggle. And it's not easy to shut off. So again, if you want to check out that YouTube video that I was inspired to make this video from, go check it out. It's in the description. And I apologize to the YouTuber. I do not know the name off the top of my head. I just found him today. I binged all his content, and then it inspired me to make some awesome content too. But yeah, it's real. And even in my personal life, people I know have said that to me, that I can't stop thinking about this. So I think that's something to be very conscious of when you're starting a business, is your brain may not shut off, but if you truly love what you're doing and you really want to pursue it, I would say it's part good, part bad. Just have to find a balance. I haven't quite found it yet. I am trying to work on it. I really hate when people say I'm working on it. I'm trying to. I'm at least acknowledging it. I just don't know what to do now, you know what I mean? I can't wait to watch this back and some of my early content in like a year or 2 years and see how I feel about this. So if future me is watching, hello, how are you? And did it get any better? Anyway, that just about wraps it up. I didn't write anything down for this video. I just had this idea in my head today and I was like, let me just put it on camera. So those are some fears and some struggles that I face every day as a business owner. And those are the sides of running a business that these gurus online, they're not going to tell you about. So I'm here to do the dirty work, just like how I was on one of my last videos where I discussed a failure of mine. So anyway, if you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. We're new, but we're growing. We want to keep growing, so it would really be appreciated if you could just support the channel in any way. If not, that's fine. Don't really care, but the offer's on the table. Anyway, thank you very much, and stay hungry, stay foolish.